You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots, the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day. We have a very focused show. We only chat about items that affect the roof over your head, your bank account, and anything I feel would benefit you. And let me remind you, if you ever have any more finance-related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. And you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are operators standing by.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
While I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan or plan to save you money, I personally work with you. Even if you don't have any needs today, save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And yes, of course, we are celebrating today National Blueberry Popover Day. That looks pretty good. I think, I like blueberries. The ones we have on our picture, if you're watching us on ronsiegelradio.tv, any of our socials, or the ABC News and Talk AM 1490 video feed, those look like they're compote. I don't know if those need fresh blueberries. I like fresh blueberries. But, something is a picture, so what the heck? Picture says 1,000 words. Pack your lunch day today. Okay. Wait. Those pictures. Come on, guys. These pictures that we're showing, that's way, way too healthy. Although I was on a call. I get on I get a mastermind call every morning about 5:30 California time. Yeah, I have no life. 5:30 California time, I'm on this mastermind call, and they were chatting about the idea of lunch. And they made a comment that I might have to adopt this one, Josh. So, sometimes I get these lunches and I'll have a pasta for lunch or, go get a poke bowl or whatever. They made a comment that, all those carbs that are in there, maybe that's why I need to take a nap at the end of the day. Could be. Now, maybe it has to do with the fact that I get started at 4 a.m. I don't know. Is it the carbs or starting at 4 a.m? I don't know which it is. Pack your lunch day. And if you are old like I am, National Mario Day. So, yeah, we got do you remember playing Mario? Was it Mario Brothers? Right? That was the video game. I know it was after Pac-Man. I don't even know. Do people even know what Pac-Man is anymore? They probably came out with it in a much better version than what we saw with the old graphics. Graphics today are so much better than what they were. So maybe Pac-Man is still out there. So just chat about that one. Moving right along. Do we want to look at the markets today? I don't know if we want to see it. It's been a rocky day in the markets. It's been very, very much of a roller coaster. So the Dow Jones Industrial Average, as I speak to you right now, and again, if you're watching us on ronsiegelradio.tv or the socials, we record our programs. Yes, we are live on all the socials, but we're also getting this ready for our ABC News and Talk AM 1490 program. 6 to 7 weekdays. You can either listen on the radio or they've got an app, so you can actually watch our video stream at that time. But while we're recording this morning, we're looking at the market being right there at 356 points down. We were down a lot. We've recovered a lot. Now we're down more. S&P 500 down 52. NASDAQ down 244. Oil up 38 cents a barrel at 109 a barrel. We're going to talk more about oil in a little bit. It's crazy markets, and a lot of it, the uncertainty having to do, obviously, with Ukraine. Thankfully, there were some grown-ups in Congress last night at the House of Representatives. There were a few grown-ups there. They got rid of the COVID aid. We're spending way too much money from the federal government. So the COVID aid, COVID's over. pretty much. I mean, we're going to always have the virus around, but the pandemic part, and don't get me wrong, I don't need the hate mail. I realize that it is a very, very serious disease, and those that have lost loved ones, as I have, it's not pleasant. But we also found out that the vast majority of what we were doing probably wasn't solving any problems, and the things that we could do, Dr. Fauci didn't like those ideas. Apparently, they weren't paying him, in my opinion, enough for him to like those ideas. So $13.6 billion going to Ukraine. I don't know if that's going to help, unless they're building an Iron Dome with it. And, that might help over there. I don't think that's part of what they're looking at doing. They could have done that a year ago when the president first started telling us that Russia was going to do this. Unbelievable. The RNC, the Republicans, they're getting ready to sue Nancy Pelosi. I need a yippee button on here, Josh. We need to get that one here somewhere. All right, so Pelosi and the January 6th partisan committee. I'm sorry, they got all Democrats on there, including the Democrat Liz Cheney. She's going to be unemployed soon, and I think his name is Kilsinger or something from Illinois. He'll be unemployed soon as well. But they want the records of the Republican National Committee. Really? They'll go to no. They'll stoop to no lows. Unbelievable. Speaking of stooping to no lows, I don't know about you, but does anybody care that the baseball owners and the baseball players are disputing? They can't figure out how to split up a $10 billion pie. $10 billion. I don't know if, I could figure out how to split 10% of it, and I'll show you how to do it. I mean, it's not that difficult. That's so much money, and these guys are all fighting over who's going to get who. They're not getting enough. Eat both sides. I'm not going for the players. I'm not speaking for the owners. I just look at it and say, something? Here's the issue, though. Think about this. When baseball wasn't playing and the owners still had expenses, did the players kick in any money, or do the owners just have to write that check? Just throw that out there for you to see what's going on. Do you believe this one? The White House now, they're warning Russia against using chemical or biological weapons in Ukraine. They didn't even say anything about sending a biological weapon from China. So do you think this administration is going to do anything about Russia? I mean, does anybody fear the Biden administration and the Village People? Well, that's what I don't know. Josh, have you seen that anywhere else? I mean, I look at the administration from this administration, the cabinet. Doesn't it remind you a lot of the Village People? Right? I mean, they don't go and look for what's the best person for any specific task. They just have to check the box from the Village People. That's just my opinion. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. Got a big miss in what's going on in interest rates today. I want to explain that to you when we come back. How to navigate a market where multiple offers is the new normal. And I think we've got how to buy a home in this marketplace. We're going to talk about all that and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio, your home and mortgage connection.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Dow Jones now down 364 points. The S&P 500 down 54.79. The we'll get the NASDAQ in a little bit. I want to get you this information. 10-year Treasury up 6 basis points. Mortgage-backed securities are down 34 basis points. Once again, we are feeling the pain of this marketplace. And we're looking at the bond going down, which means interest rates are going up. Why? Well, we got a lot of things going on right now, and a lot of going on. So here's the issue. Talks between Russia, Ukraine failed. No progress made on a ceasefire or safe passage for civilians trying to flee Mariupol. Mortgage bonds lower. Consumer price index. The index measures inflation on the consumer level, rose by 0.8% in the month. That's for February. Pushed the year-over-year reading higher from 7.5 to 7.9. Bit misleading. I'll tell you why. Hottest reading in 40 years, or since 1982, when it was 8.4. The core reading strips out food and energy prices, rose by 0.5%. Do you care? Well, the Federal Reserve uses that, so that's why they do it. I don't care about stripping out food and energy. I got to eat. I got to drive. You know, we're in Southern California. We don't really have to worry as much about heating oil. There are other parts of the country. That's a big expense, is heating oil. Now, yeah, our gas prices, mine went up about 50%. I just got my newest gas bill, and it went up about 50%. And that's even on the level pay program that I've done. Have you gotten signed up to the level pay program with your gas company? SoCal Gas offers that. I don't know who your gas provider is, but they do offer that program. But let's continue looking at what's going on here. Rents rose 0.6%, increased from 3.8 to 4.2% on a year-over-year basis. Been increasing, still much lower than all the other reports. So here's the issue. When we look at these numbers that come out on the consumer price index, they're using a rent increase of 0.6%. The last report I saw was 1.75%, about 22% a year. Owner's equivalent rent, which tries to capture the rise in home prices, but that does a poor job, rose 0.4%, and the year-over-year increase was 4.1 to 4.3. Those numbers, if we were using the same metrics or the same methodology that we used back in 1982, I think that our inflation numbers are going to be a lot hotter than that. Initial jobless claims measures individuals filing for unemployment benefits for the very first time, increased 11,000 to 227,000. Continuing claims, which are those that continue to receive benefits after their initial claim, increased 25,000 to 1.49. Claims remain at a strong pre-COVID levels, showing that the labor market remains tight. Yes, we still have about 1.4 million people less working today than we did at the start of the pandemic. 227,000 initial jobless claims. That is the number that came out. Had a mediocre 10-year Treasury auction yesterday. And here's the issue. Some of the folks that we're following, there's no flight to safety because buying these bonds as commodity inflation gets more intense on top of underlying sticky price pressures is like jumping into quicksand and thinking it's safe ground. That's why we don't have the normal flight to quality that we used to have. There's a lot of places that people are putting money, and if you want some of them, give me a call at 800-306-1990, that they're getting a lot more than the inflation rate on safe, secure investments. I don't sell them. I introduce you to the people that do have those products. CoreLogic Q4 home equity report showed that homeowners saw their equity rise by almost 30% from last year. On average, homeowners gained $55,000 in equity, triple that for Southern California. Housing is clearly very healthy thanks to the magical elixir of appreciation. While rates have moved up, the increase can make refinancing make sense through the removal of mortgage insurance or debt consolidation. Liability management is a big issue that we're going to be talking about this year. Mortgage properties with negative equity decreased by 25% from last year. There are now 1.1 million homes, 2.1% of all mortgage properties that are underwater, which is the lowest level in 12 years. Don't forget, there's still a huge amount of people that own properties with no mortgage at all. And even at these rates today, I'm going to still say you're better off having a mortgage than not having a mortgage. Now, I do want to share with you how sometimes data can be less than fully transparent. So here's the issue. I tell you every week, Thursday morning, that we get the Freddie Mac mortgage market rate. They gave that to us this morning like they do every week. They came out and they said last week, 3.76%. This week, 3.85%. You have to pay 8 tenths to get it. Last year, it was 8 tenths cheaper at 3.05. But wait a second. I'm going to tell you right now, I looked at the OBMMI report, and they tell me what rates were locked at yesterday. So we've got government numbers, which give us, government surveys. And then we've got what actually happened in the marketplace yesterday from OBMMI, who has a 35% market share of loan origination. It's a software. It's not a company that you can go to and get a loan, but it's a software package that lenders subscribe to. You know what that rate was yesterday? Now, I'm sure that some of these people had points as well, discount points to buy down the rate. 4.211. That's the OBMMI market index. And I get that that's a 30-year conforming rate loans just from yesterday. Now, if you want to know more, let's go to the day before. It was 4.182. And we go to the day before that, 4.1. And the reason I tell you those is those are the dates of the survey. So when Freddie Mac does their mortgage market survey, they survey from Monday through Wednesday, report it on Thursday. So it's very, very timely data, yet it's still a bit misleading because if I look at what loans locked at from Monday through Wednesday, just the same days that they looked at, 4.10, 4.182, and 4.211. That's legitimately what conforming loans locked at during that time period. So just be aware of that data so that you understand what we're really looking at, what the markets are really doing. Just because otherwise, how do you make intelligent decisions without getting some intelligent data to follow? Just throw that out there for you. Now let's look at let's see if I have a 15-year that I can show you on the same chart. Okay, 15-year going at that didn't give me the 15-year. So I'll have to get that for you. But the 15, it didn't put it on there. So we'll figure it out. We'll get you the number on the 15-year as well. Oh, maybe no, I don't know why it's not giving me that correct data. But 15-year, 3.342 yesterday, 3.352, and on Monday it was 3.278. So we are seeing all that data coming into the marketplace. Just want to give you that information. That's the Mortgage Minute brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make a call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Being that we got to do a longer workshop session in the B block, Josh, let's do real-time real estate right now. And that's brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Visit rsrhomedigest.com, rsrhomedigest.com, or rsrhomescout.com, rsrhomescout.com. How to navigate, easy for me to say, how to navigate a market where multiple offers is the new normal. That's what we're going to talk about in our real-time real estate segment. If you're thinking of buying a home today, you already know that the number of homes available for sale is low. But what does that really mean for you as a buyer Low housing supply coupled with high buyer demand means you should be prepared to navigate a highly competitive market where homes sell fast and get multiple offers. Realtor.com has this to say. Homes also flew off the market at record pace as buyers put offers in the moment properties came up for sale, unquote. In a bidding war situation like this, doing everything you can to get ahead of the competition is a wise move. That's because when you find a house and submit an offer, it'll likely be up against strong offers from other buyers. According to the latest Realtors Confidence Index from the National Association of Realtors, NAR, homes today are receiving an average of 3.9 offers. That's the most offers we've seen in January for the last 5 years. And again, if you're watching us on RonSiegelRadio.tv, any of our socials, or the ABC News and Talk AM 1490 video feed, you're seeing a chart of how many offers are received on properties for the last 5 years. To help navigate bidding wars with multiple offers, an expert real estate advisor is key. They know what's worked for other buyers, what sellers are looking for, and how to help you prepare when it comes time to make an offer. Here are 3 tips to keep in mind that will help you make the best offer possible. Number 1, know your numbers. Knowing your budget and what you can afford is critical to your success as a home buyer. The best way to understand your numbers is to work with a lender so you can get pre-approved or pre-underwritten for a loan. Pre-approval shows sellers you're serious, which can give you a competitive edge. You should also know making an offer at the home's asking price may not be enough. Homes today often sell for more than their listing price. An agent can help understand the market value of the home and what other homes are selling for in the area. rsrhomescout.com, rsrhomescout.com. That'll also help you understand the marketplace. You can put in your own parameters in there and see what the market has to offer anywhere in the continental United States. Number 2, be ready to move fast. Speed and the pace of sales are contributing factors to today's competitive housing market. When homes are selling fast, it's important to stay on top of the market and be ready to move quickly. Your agent will help you stay up to date on the latest listings and help you put together your best offer as soon as you find the home you want to buy. Number 3, make a strong but fair offer when you're up against other offers. Putting your best offer forward from the start is key. Lean on your agent to write a strong offer and use their expertise on which levers you can pull to make your offer as enticing as possible. One option is to waive some of your contract contingencies. Those are the conditions you set the seller must meet for the purchase to be finalized. Just remember, there are certain contingencies you don't want to give up, like the home inspection. Bottom line, no matter what, your agent is your best resource for making an offer that stands out in a competitive market. Let's chat about this. Call me at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. We can even show you how you can make an offer $100,000 above what you think you can. Ask the seller to contribute roughly $30,000 back to you, so they net out $70,000 higher, and keep your payment the same. We have that strategy. You just have to give us a call again, 800-306-1990. That is the Real-Time Real Estate segment brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Visit rsrhomedigest.com, rsrhomedigest.com. Find your dream home before someone else does. How to buy a home in an extreme seller's market. We're going to do a workshop on that when we come back. We've also got, we'll figure out more. I think we got a lot more to bring you anyway. You can reach me anytime. I'll figure it out. I've always got a lot to say. You can reach me anytime. Your credit matters also. You can reach me anytime. Off-air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio. Your home and mortgage connection.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions, as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. A workshop for you from Ron Siegel Radio. How to buy a home in an extreme seller's market. Home buying activity has certainly been hot over the past few years. In spite of being in the middle of a pandemic, it will likely just get hotter as the spring buying season approaches. Even as home prices and mortgage rates steadily rise, buyers are not sitting out. In this video, we're going to share buying strategies you can use in a competitive market. First thing you should know is that you are entering a seller's market. This means you're not likely to cut a deal or get discounts. Sometimes, even if the home needs major repairs, that's because supply is severely lagging demand. It's crucial to sharpen your home buying tools if you want to compete successfully. Here are the top buying strategies. Number one, get a mortgage pre-approval, maybe even a pre-underwrite. There's a new box on the residential purchase agreement here in California that says, have you been pre-underwritten? While there are various methods sellers can use to snag a home in today's rapid market, the one resounding rule all experts agreed on is that to get a mortgage pre-approval before you begin house hunting, and I say house hunting, and I say get a mortgage pre-underwritten. A pre-approval shows sellers a lender has verified your finances and creditworthiness, and you're ready to move in. The pre-underwrite says that the underwriter has actually signed off on the loan. Your lender can tell you that you're pre-qualified or pre-approved. Only an underwriter approves the loan itself. Number two, look for homes under your budget. And as I've shared with you, rsrhomescout.com. rsrhomescout.com. You can actually go and put in your own search parameters, no advertising, and find the home of your dreams and what prices are in your area that you want to live in. Tales of multiple, sometimes dozens of bidders on one home are not unusual. This is real life in housing markets across the U.S. For buyers, that means you probably should not look for homes at the top of your budget, as you can count on someone else outbidding you. Just be sure this is true for your area. If you're serious about buying a home now, a good strategy is to search for homes below your spending limit. This way you have room to bid up without dipping into savings or going outside your target price point. And remember, I just shared with you in one of our other segments that we have a strategy where you can go significantly more than what you think you can by asking the seller to contribute just a small fraction of that overage to keep your payments the same. Number three, give yourself extra time. It's not uncommon for first-time homebuyers to borrow money to make a down payment. However, this should be factored into your timeline. Talk to your lender about any funds you expect to receive so they can walk you through the process. For example, if someone is giving you money for the down payment, they'll have to write a gift letter explaining that you don't have to repay the money. Number four, get the best real estate agent possible, and we can help you with that as well. An excellent real estate agent is every buyer's secret weapon. They're not only great negotiators and have a solid understanding of the neighborhood you're interested in, but they also have terrific connections, which will benefit you. Number five, expand your search. The most sought-after neighborhoods come with the highest price tags. If you have your heart set on owning a home and living in a specific but out-of-budget neighborhood, you might have to choose between them. For those who opt for home ownership over a coveted zip code, that means looking in other areas. Start by identifying what you like about your dream neighborhood. Are there local restaurants and businesses nearby? Are there green spaces? Is it near public transportation? Whatever features you value, try to find them in areas you might not have explored before. Finding a home in an extreme market can be overwhelming. But when you put together a talented team of professional real estate agents combined with top-notch mortgage lender, you'll make it much easier to accomplish your goal. Just a few items there for you. Again, if you need any help with this, give us a call. It's Ron Siegel Radio, the Siegel Lending Team at Geneva Financial. We are here to help you, and that is how to buy a home in an extreme seller's market. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. When we come back, I think what we're going to do is we're going to start talking about some process issues that maybe no one's talked to you about. Documents you need to apply for a mortgage, how to be a confident buyer in today's market. A lot to go over with you. You can reach me anytime off air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio. Your home and mortgage connection.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. So today we want to chat a bit about more items on loan processes. Here we're gonna get into a lot of different issues for you, and we're gonna put them all on rsrloans.com. All of these you'll be able to access on rsrloans.com. It'll take our team a few days to get these ready and edited, but we're gonna have a whole host of of process workshops. So this one here that we're going to talk about, documents you need to apply for a mortgage. If you're thinking of buying a home but aren't sure where to start, well, that's what we're going to talk about. Take your first steps toward lining up the financing for your dream home. Let's begin with proof of income. A mortgage is secured by a lender who wants to know that you'll repay that loan over a long period of time. To make sure that it makes sense to lend you such a large sum of money, lenders need to see your proof of income. This is evidence that your income is sufficient and consistent enough that you'll be able to handle the repayment of the loan. Here's what you'll need to provide to verify your income. Different loan programs have different requirements, so this may not be a complete list, but it is on average what your lender is going to ask for. Tax returns, 1 or 2 years of tax returns, W-2s or 1099s. Pay stubs. In addition to the tax returns, lenders will also want to see 30 days worth of current pay stubs for W-2 employees. Your tax returns show that your income was stable during the last 2 seasons, but current income tells lenders that you can still pay the monthly payment as of today. There are also programs that you can simply get a verification of employment, and in some of the programs, that'll be sufficient to cover the pay stubs and the tax returns. So you may need one or the other. We never know. Year-to-date profit and loss statement. If you're self-employed, lenders require a profit and loss statement for the most recent year and will likely require a year-to-date statement as well. This assures your income from your business is consistent and stable enough to take on a sizable debt. Letters of explanation for gaps in employment. If you've missed more than a month of work over the past 2 years, you'll need to provide a letter to the mortgage company explaining why. A month without income can affect you for many months following, and lenders fear it could cause you to default on a mortgage. Unemployment income transcripts. Typically, unemployment income is a temporary situation. If it occurs during an employment gap, a lender may ask for verification that you received it. Proof of real estate income. Rental income is a bit complicated. Any property that you don't live in is acceptable if you can provide the necessary documentation. Living in a rental property doesn't exclude you either, as long as you own a multi-unit property and live in one of the units. The income is generally reported on your tax returns, but lenders may ask for lease agreements to support this income stream as well. Child support or alimony. Child support or alimony payments can count towards your ability to borrow if you've received payments consistently for the last 6 months and will continue to receive them for the next 3 years. Why the extra requirements? Lenders know this income is temporary, but long-term payments can also help you meet your financial obligations. Be prepared to provide bank statements to prove you have received these payments and court records showing that you are entitled to these payments for at least 3 more years. Proof of any other income. If you receive income from other sources, then your lender will ask for documents to verify that income. Using additional income may help you qualify for your mortgage. So be sure to let your lender know about all income you receive, no matter what it is. Here are some of the most common additional types of income. Social Security income, long-term disability payments, not the Social Security ones, retirement, also government annuities and pensions, VA benefits, tips or gratuities included on previous 2 years of tax returns. Each of these income types may require special documentation to evidence receiving, so talk to your lender in advance to ensure you're prepared. That's the whole idea, is getting you ready for this. Down payment. Different loan programs have different requirements regarding down payment, gift funds, and seasoning. One of the most important details is where your down payment is coming from. This means your lender will want to know the source of your down payment. Source of down payment funds. If your down payment is in the bank, your lender will most likely ask you for the most recent 2 months of bank statements. If your down payment is coming from another source, then you'll need to provide documentation of the source of your down payment funds. Many loan programs allow for gift funds, especially if they're coming from a close family member like a parent. Certain loan programs allow gift funds to cover all or part of your down payment, but they may also allow these gift funds from other sources besides a close family member. Check with your lender for any restrictions before accepting a gift. It does need to be documented. Assets. In addition to your down payment, your lender will also want to see that you have sufficient savings and liquid assets to cover your mortgage payment for a couple of months in the event something goes wrong. These are generally called reserve requirements, and they vary based on the loan program you're getting pre-approved for. Your lender will look for cash reserve funds in your general checking and savings accounts, but lenders may also allow you to use certain retirement investment accounts to satisfy reserve requirements, so long as at least some of the money held in those accounts is sufficiently liquid, which means that it is fairly easily converted to cash. 60 days of bank statements. Bank statements are critical to determining the amount of cash you have readily available and how long you've had it. You'll need to be ready to give your lender statements for the most recent 2 months, all pages, even the blank ones. This allows the lender to confirm that your current balance isn't reflecting a recent cash infusion, but instead that there has been a consistent balance of sufficient funds. Credit report. Your lender is going to pull your credit report directly to underwrite your loan, but it is a good idea for you to know what your credit report looks like before you apply so you can be prepared. You're entitled to a full credit report at no cost from each of these 3 nationwide credit reporting companies, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Generally, you can get that free every year. There are different rules right now that are in place because of the pandemic. If you had a bankruptcy, foreclosure, or other special circumstances, your lender may also want to see supporting documentation, so be prepared to provide documentation they ask for. 2 sources here: optoutprescreen.com, optoutprescreen.com. If you like getting junk mail, don't go to optoutprescreen.com. If you want to get rid of the junk mail, if you want to get rid of the solicitations, go register for optoutprescreen.com. I only use the source myfico.com to watch my credit scores. Myfico.com. I had somebody tell me yesterday they're the owner of one of these free places, and their score was about 120 points lower than myfico.com. Myfico.com is the only source I know of that's going to give you the same credit scores that you're going to get from a lender. Bankruptcy paperwork. Chapter 7 or Chapter 11 bankruptcy has 4-year waiting period before you're eligible to apply for most home loan programs. However, in special circumstances, you may be eligible in 2 years. For Chapter 13 bankruptcy, the waiting period is typically 2 years from discharge or 4 years from dismissal. If you filed bankruptcy more than twice in the past 7 years, you'll have to wait 5 years, save all your paperwork, and provide it to your lender if they request it. Foreclosure documents. Foreclosures typically require a 7-year waiting period before you can get a new mortgage. However, documented extenuating circumstances can shorten that to 3 years, as long as you meet other program requirements. Foreclosure alternatives like deed in lieu, charge-offs, or pre-foreclosure sales typically have a 4-year waiting period. Most lenders will use the information that is included in your credit report. However, they may ask for additional paperwork, so be prepared to provide it should they ask. Divorce decree. If you are divorced, your lender may ask for your divorce paperwork. This allows the lender to verify that assets and liabilities in both names are taken care of. Lenders may also use divorce paperwork to verify extenuating circumstances that may prevent someone from meeting obligations. When should you start gathering up these documents? Well, you should start getting your paperwork together as soon as you apply for a home loan, maybe before that. Your lender will provide you with a list of standard documents that they need, and once you meet with them, they'll be able to provide you with a more comprehensive list of documentation that they'll need to underwrite your loan. The sooner you can start getting your paperwork together, the better. It'll help streamline the process and keep things moving. Regardless of whether you choose to submit your documentation to a lender who will review it up front or wait until further in the process, once you've found that house and your offer has been accepted, you're going to have to submit a whole lot of documentation to complete your application and receive a full approval from your lender. But in order to get into your dream home, it'll be worth it. Be sure to get all your questions answered. And if you need help, don't be afraid to ask questions. Give us a call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. You can call us. You can reach out to us, Ron at ronsiegelradio.com, Ron at ronsiegelradio.com. Our team is standing by to help with anything we can. And we are appreciative of you watching these videos, this workshop session, so that you can get all the information you need to make that intelligent decision. I love getting those workshops out of the way. We do a lot of these workshops, and we have a couple of different sources where we post them. I know I think we have do we have a website or a domain name just for workshops, Josh? I think we have rsrworkshops.com. I'm not sure if that's there or not. So I'm not going to tell you that that's there. But we do have a lot of other tools for you. You can go to, if you're thinking about buying, one of the best places to start is with our home buyer's guide. You can actually text HBG to 79564 or visit rsrhbg.com, rsrhbg.com. That's a great place for you. And yeah, we do have rsrseminar.com, rsrseminar.com. So we have that site where you can go and get a lot of these different pieces of information that we share with you. rsrloans.com, rsrloans.com. It's one of our newer websites that we have. And on that website, you're actually going to also be able to get some really, really good information. You can find out about loan processes. You can find out about what's going on in the marketplace. We've got one on there that I really, really like. Well, most of them on there I like because otherwise I wouldn't have them on there. But the bottom line is it actually tells you how to pay your credit cards properly. And I've done that on the broadcast many, many times. But it's something that I end up talking to people about on a daily basis. So make sure you go to rsrloans.com, get that latest one. I think we just updated that exact file. So you'll actually have that. But that is some great stuff right there. What else can we give away today, Josh? rsrhomescout.com. We told you about that one. That's where you can actually start shopping for a home right on there. It also has the fourth tab over when you go to rsrhomescout.com. Gives you a great tool to see what your property is worth. Now, why do I like this one better than some of the others? And yes, we do subscribe to several of them, but this one's going to tell you what 4 different sources are valuing your property at. Why is that important? Well, when a bank or credit union has to report the real estate that they've got in their portfolio, they've got to report that for their reserve requirements to the federal government. And the federal government requires 3 different sources as to what the value is from 3 different sources. That tab on rsrhomescout.com, that shows you 3 different sources on there, including that Z company that wants to sell your information to everybody and their uncle. So I'm going to share with you, go to rsrhomescout.com, get that information right there, the 4th one. If you're thinking about buying a house, you can actually put all your own parameters right in there and figure that out, get your own property. And if you're thinking about buying a house anytime in the next 3 to 6 months, another great resource for you, rsrcreditbook.com. rsrcreditbook.com, free. It's a book on how to increase your credit scores. Again, I watch myfico.com, and the other thing that I do is all the time is optoutprescreen.com, optoutprescreen.com, because I don't like all that junk mail. I don't like it that if I do apply for credit somewhere, that all of a sudden I start getting more offers from all these people. Why would I get more offers? It's called trigger leads. That's how the credit bureaus make more money. But if you go and register at optoutprescreen.com, it's better than going on like a do not call list, because they've got those rules and regulations that the federal government sets for them. It's just a few different tools for you right there. And as always, I ask you, set that first radio preset button to come back here and join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to Josh and Sean who are engineering us today. And of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.
To call him something, I think I'll just call it a day. Oh,